is Letty Pruitt, and welcome to Let's Talk. So, I am continuing my talk of some of the things that were happening behind the scenes this year. As I mentioned in my previous blog, it was a very tough year. After breaking my arm and then getting sick in Peru and having to abandon the trip and come back home, I was home, I was starting to do a little bit better, and even had a vacation planned with me and my husband to finally get away. And I received a phone call. I was actually away on a women's retreat from my church, and I received a phone call saying that my oldest brother had had a heart attack. So anyway, I was very concerned, and I told the brother who called me, I said, hey, let's wait until my mother, once we find out, is he stable or whatnot. So I said, find out, is he stable, where he is before we tell my mother. So about an hour later, he calls, and he says he's dead. Completely knocked the wind out of me. I still get emotional when I think about it. Completely knocked the wind out of me. I collapsed on the floor. I had some ladies who came and they prayed for me. I'm thankful for them for coming and praying for me. And then we had the very difficult task as siblings to tell my mother, which was very difficult to do. It was very difficult. So we called her on the phone and we had to tell her. Of course, she broke down, and we all had to gather ourselves and get ready to fly home to bury him, back to the Dominican Republic to bury him. So we get to the Dominican Republic, and we have the funeral, and it was very emotional. It was very tough. Never lost a sibling before in my life. And it was very tough on all of us. It was very tough on the whole family. Most of all, my mom, who, of course, she stopped eating for a while, and it was just very difficult. And even now, we're still taking it kind of one day at a time. This was the first of the siblings to pass, so it was very difficult. So in the midst of these other things that were happening this year, this was probably one of the most difficult things that happened in my life also. So anyway, that was my life this year. Some of these major difficulties that I had to go through. But again, as human beings, this is things that we have to go through, and the Lord is still yet able to sustain. So he was able to give us the strength and the courage day by day to just continue his work and not stop. Just be there for supporting one another. And I thank God that even my mother was now doing better because of it. But again, this is a part of life. Death is part of life, and we have to come to grips with it. But I thank God for the strength that he gives us to go through. So anyway, stay tuned next week as I continue behind the scenes what's going on in my life in 2024. God bless.